Hey guys, what's up? It's Wolf here. One only how all my adventures doing. Hope you guys are having a better day than I have. So basically, I had some issues with audio once again. For some reason, my Go XLR decided to bug out, and I'm gonna let you guys hear part of this because this is the video I did a first take on, and this hurt my soul so much. Listen to this.
All right. Hey guys, what's up? It's Wolf, your one and only. How are my adventures doing? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So let's go ahead and talk about the title. So yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, you guys heard that right. So when I put this in, I tell you not. I put this into DaVinci just to start editing it, and I heard that noise, and I was like, "Oh my soul! Oh, it hurts. I don't want to do this no more. All that precious recording and everything, dude. I gotta redo that." And I was so mad too because that was like a perfect one take, and now I have to redo this. So yeah, stick with me in my sorrows here. But I did fix my audio and everything. I did also have issues when, trying to fix the recording, only for Still Serious to show me that I had noise. I had the automatic noise gate on, and it was like really screwing my video. But all I had to do was unplug my Go XLR and plug it back in, and it just fixed. So yeah, not too happy about that. But anywho, I'm gonna be talking about Monster Girl Utopia, some of the good things and some of the good things that are gonna be happening with it, and some of the bad things that are gonna be changing for it. And we're gonna be talking about a little bit of the news that's been going on this whole month, man. A lot of interesting things have been happening, and it's been crazy. Some good, some bad. I don't really care for giving you guys the bad news like all every video, but I'm gonna have to give a little bit here. Not as much as it's been, even though there is a lot of bad news that's been going on this whole week, well, this whole month. But yeah, I'm just gonna give a little bit of the good and bad. Nothing like extremely crazy. So let's get into it. All right, so you guys know that I've been working on a Monster Girl creature collector. Well, a Monster Girl dungeon crawler creature collector RPG. Quite a few things to say here, but first one is basically I am back working on Monster Girl Utopia. You guys know I had to take a break because budget was dwindling. I had to get a few things, and it kind of threw off the budget. So the first thing I will say is I'm basically nearly in the green, and it's only going to be like one more month or 1 month or two to where I am officially in the green, and I can just start back hiring my NPC artists and my sprite artists if they're still on Fiverr. We'll see. If not, I'll just have to replace them and redo some few things, or just have Mono do it as soon as we're done with quite a few of the Monster Girls, like in the future. But it really depends. But with that said, the website's also going to be changing too. It's going to go through like a full rework. That's going to take a lot of time, which I'm probably going to have to do either on my own time, or I'll probably stream it, whichever one. It's probably going to be on my own time because this is going to be a long process of changing everything and also figuring out like new details I would want to put for the Monster Girls. It's probably gonna, well, I would have waited off because I would have to go back and change quite a few things, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. This the next thing, a few changes to the Discord is gonna happen. I want to make the Monster Girl Utopia Discord, the private Discord, public, but with a few changes, which is probably going to also take a while because I have to figure out how to do certain things. I want to make it public, but have a but still have it to where certain channels only show up for those who are basically subbed for Patreon or other platforms that I have available. And I also want to make it to where, people can also earn those things for free without having to sub too. But it would be like a huge long time goal of being active on the Discord. And I'm not talking about like spamming and stuff like that. I mean, like actually communicating and talking with the community. Maybe I'll have some events to where I can give out like XP and stuff like that. But yeah, right now I have to figure out some stuff for the Discord and stuff for like and stuff like that. That one's gonna be quite a bit to do. With that out of the way, the bad changes for Monster Grow Utopia now. I'm probably gonna have to discard any multiplayer ideas due to the Child Safety Act and them wanting us to collect IDs or data on people. Yeah, I'm throwing that idea completely out. So there won't be any multiplayer raids that I was actually like thinking of, and there probably won't be any PvP as well, or any like co-op things. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to drop that idea, which sucks because those are major things that I really wanted for the game. Well, mostly the raids was something I really wanted. So now I'm gonna have to just I'll keep the raid idea. It just won't be multiplayer. I had a plans for like a chat too, so you guys can like talk or either do like a whole sticker thing, like Seven Deadly Sins did, to where you can put up little stickers and be like thumbs up and stuff like that. But yeah, that idea has been canceled due to that BS that isn't safety for kids. So yeah, that's the thing. I just really don't care for having somebody's freaking ID in the palm of my hands. It just does not make me feel comfortable at all. It's just so freaking weird, especially if you're gonna try and force every multiplayer game or every game with multiplayer and communicating with people to have ID verification, especially with a basically borderline non-safe for work game like Monster Grow Utopia. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good on having people's ID. I don't want that crap. But yeah, for multiplayer, I'll probably set it up like Pokemon's Frontier. Yeah, like Battle Frontier inside of like Emerald and stuff like that. I'll probably do that instead. I am sorry for anybody who was looking forward to multiplayer, but there's really nothing I can do as long as this ID verification crap is going on, and it's gonna be in the hand of a lot of people who can. It makes no sense. Listen, because it makes no sense. You're about to have small and big companies collect IDs and identification to the point where they can use that for different websites and sign you up for different things because they have your identification now. Who's to say that you can't maliciously just use the ID verification and avoid everything? I'd say the people who collect your info can actually just go around and just misuse your info at that point and just go to different things and sign you up for stuff. I mean, this is flawed. This is hugely flawed to have everybody use identification, especially if there's malicious people out there. You could just do this crap. Like I could just literally be like, okay, my game has multiplayer. Oh, haha, you have to identify, and somebody actually does it. It's like, thanks, Tom. I'm just gonna go use yours to sign up for freaking X and say some heinous stuff, and now they're looking for you. Good job. It's just like it's flawed. It's special. It shouldn't be a thing. But on a more positive note, Steam just dropped three bangers out of nowhere. Nobody was expecting. First of all, they got a new controller, which it does look a lot better than the old one, and it does take like inspiration off of the Steam Deck, which is interesting, but I don't use controller. I'm more of a keyboard and mouse main, brother. I accept my PC fully, but there's also them making a Steam console, which they're saying it's like more of a PC, but that's a console. I mean, let's be honest, it's a console, and they dropped a new VR headset info, which is the Steam frame, which also looked interesting to me because you guys know I love VR. And as soon as that comes out, I'm grabbing it day one. I say there is no if, ands, or but about it. I might go back into the red as soon as that comes back out. Well, as soon as that releases, because it's supposed to release early next. Well, all three of them are supposed to release early next year. So I'm interested to learn what the prices are, and are they going to do the queue, like the purchase queue, like they did with the index, where it took like I think 2 months later for me to receive my index the first time it released. So yeah, so I'm interested to see how that goes. I mean, it's basically a better meta quest, but in it, but I don't support meta. I just really don't care for them, especially since they're into this whole AI thing, which AI is also going to make the whole ID verification thing flawed too. That's also another thing. So yeah, this is gonna be a crazy year of like flawed laws going on, dude. This is gonna be interesting, and it's also gonna be terrifying for a lot of people because I'm not using my ID for any of this crap. If I have to stop using social media, if I have to stop using Twitch, go for it. Go for it, man. And you can have it. I say Xbox is also planning on deleting people's accounts if they don't verify. It's like my account's like really old. If you delete my account with how long it's existed, then you clearly didn't go through anything. You're just basically there to collect ID. But hey, that's fine. You can have it. I don't care. But yeah, anywho, um, the best thing about the Steam frame is that you don't have to rely on base stations anymore. It's literally cooked up to a dongle. It's basically like a wireless headset that does go pretty far, which is interesting because I was watching Linus Tech um, channel talk about this, and I was sitting here like, dude, that is revenue. That is some hard movement for like VR because if I remember correctly, yeah, it's not going to be like the Meta Quest where people were like going outside with the VR headset for like the first few weeks looking like total psychopaths. It will still be tied to your PC unless you got like a laptop, a portable laptop you were walking around with. I mean, that's the other only thing I could think of. But yeah, it's not exactly like that, but still being able to move around is insane. And the Steam frame is also supposed to be like a PC as well, basically like the Meta Quest, which is an interesting choice because I'm wondering, have you guys like scaled this thing to like full scaling? Like it could play any game full scaling, or is it what happens if your PC is a lot faster than the Steam frame? What if you really like having like that full scaling, like your PC is like a complete beast, but you're limited to the whole Steam frames PC specs? I'm curious about that. If anything, the specs are going to be very interesting to see, like what it can run fully and what it can't. I'm expecting it to run everything. If it can run half like Alex on like some pretty good specs, it should be good for everything. Should be. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna test it for sure and try to put it to like some real stress tests as soon as it comes out, and that's gonna be a very fun little project.
Oh yeah, then there's Steam being called a monopoly, which is kind of weird. It makes no sense since, I guess they did like a little voting poll, or some studio did like a voting poll, and 70% says that Steam is a monopoly, and it's only because most of their sales are successful through Steam than on other platforms. But you also got to remember that Steam is gamers' choice. Gamers choose Steam because Steam is privately owned, and don't have to worry about investors, pretty much ruining everything. Investors ruin a lot of things because they rush projects. Steam doesn't have to rush. Well, Valve slash Steam doesn't have to rush any of their projects at all because they don't have investors. I say that's the best part about them. They can just do whatever they want and don't have to worry about it. If investors would back off, they would actually see a lot more progress and not breathe down the neck. Time makes perfect things. This is probably why Steam is getting so ahead of the game at this point, because you guys just aren't acting right with it when it comes to like gaming. And we also got to remember that Valve is full of gamers, like people who actually play video games and understand gamers. Lord Gaben knows pretty much everything. That's why gamers support him. Then, oh yeah, oh yeah, there's a second thing of them trying to ban like VPNs too, and I don't think that's gonna work out for them, honestly. I mean, come on, you can't even get like payment processors to follow the debanking rule of not debanking people on moral stances. Like, are you seriously gonna try and enforce VPN bans versus like banks debanking people? If you can't even get them to follow the law, you really think other normal people are gonna follow the law of ban VPNs? No, no, sir. I will continue to use a VPN. You can bite me. But I say also anything that uses ID verification and I can't get back into, like if my X account requires ID verification, I just won't use X at all. Zero. I'm just gonna stop using everything that requires ID verification. Until my sleep needs verification, apparently, because that's very basically where it's all going. I'm not using my ID. The most sensitive thing, especially when it's going to be more sensitive now with the whole ID verification going on everywhere, dude. It's even more of a precious thing now. I say you're making it more valuable than anything. I say that thing's about to be more valuable than a credit card at that point. Oh boy, this is just insane. An insane month, a whole insane year actually. But on a better note, let's shove all that crap to the side. Hey, I will be playing Two Worlds 2. I'm probably gonna stream it. Yeah, I'll probably stream it instead of like just normal recording it. Maybe. Not sure. I might stream it. It just really depends. I'm not sure. But yeah, you guys voted on the next game. At first, what was the other game? There was another game. Oh yeah, the Lurum mod pack for Skyrim. You know what's funny? After I put up that whole poll, and put Lurum on there as a choice, Novus came out of nowhere and released their stable patch. And yeah, if you guys don't know what Novus is, it's basically the quote unquote the best Skyrim mod list so far. And a lot of people were looking forward to it. Even I was. And they actually did an amazing job making it stable. It's actually like pretty dang sick. Has a lot of the things I like. But other than that, it released as soon as like a few hours after that poll went up, and I was just sitting here like, oh, you bastards, you guys waited until I actually put up the freaking poll and people already voted on it. And now and now I have to go with this. But hey, we're playing Two Worlds 2. Well, not two. Two Worlds, the first one. The Epic Edition. And I played Two Worlds back then when I was like in my teen days, honestly. And it was like hella fun. But I will say this, there's a lot of broken things that you can do in Two Worlds. This was basically Skyrim before Skyrim was made. That's what Two Worlds was. You can make so many busted and broken abilities or like builds. I just don't think I remember how to do it, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna start that up tomorrow once this video goes live. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off there because I will keep on rambling, and I will try and make more videos. But as I said, I'm gonna be in the green again, so I should be able to make more videos now. And I know I've been saying that. I've been really working with quite a few people, talking to quite a few people on learning certain things. So yeah, I've been disappearing and busy. I'll share the stuff in depth later on. Just right now, I'm gonna distract you guys with actual uploads. And Two Worlds 2 is coming up. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Until then, peace out. Stay lovely.